If you like the last episode where we went up a mountain to look at a piece of abandoned infrastructure, you're going to like this one too. This time we are floating down river to go look at an abandoned piece of infrastructure. Notice a theme? So we are heading north down the Red Deer River, and we are not alone. We have our friends Dale and Janice with us here in a pair of kayaks, so it's going to be a great time. Now, of course, it wouldn't be one of our trips if we also didn't factor in a little geocaching. So our first target is a cache called River Drifters 2, which is about a little over a kilometer downstream yet. But I better stop talking and start paddling because I'm making Emily do all the work right now. All right, we are approaching the island where the first cache is hidden. Just got to find a good place to land. Yep, trees make excellent boat anchors. Just like old computer equipment, excellent boat anchors. Ow, thistles. Ow, many thistles. Yep. That's not going to be far from the truth. All right. And lots of mosquitoes. Do you want West Nile? Because this is how you get West Nile. Ow. So it figures I am searching for, 5-10 minutes. It seems like forever in here with all these bugs and thorns. Can't find it. Dale comes up from the kayak to assist, stumbles across it in no time at all. So thank God that thank God that's over, because this, especially when you're wearing shorts, this is not a great place to be right now. There are a lot of bugs. Oh, the bugs are terrible. Well, you did a nice job of punching the trail down here. Yeah, this is a little better. Yeah, let her. Ow. There we go. First one's found. Back in the canoe and on our way.
2.5 kilometers.
I hear a train.
Okay, approaching cache number 2.
Yeah, I see that.
We are 140 meters away from cache number 2. I better start helping paddle. All right, we have landed on island number 2.
Where was it those other ones we went and found? On the...
Ow.
Was that a chain? Yes. We went and found those other ones. Oh, down below.
That's fine. Don't mind me.
You're not...
This is better than the last one so far. Much less. Oh! Ow! Okay, there's a drop there.
Okie dokie.
With a very sharp stick at the bottom,
Okay.
which is now probably stuck in my leg. They are just... Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Make it fast.
Well, that was an easier find than the last one, that's for sure. There's a voice that keeps on calling me. By the river, that's where I want to be. Yes, something happened. She might not say it, but I will. Let's just put it this way. There was a sharp stick poking up out of the ground, and I got poked somewhere where you don't want to get poked.
I knew exactly what happened from the sound.
Yeah.
From the screaming and the laughing.
There was no screaming. Don't believe her. I don't care. Anyway, time to get back on the river. Okay, both caches that we had on our sites are done. Next stop is our abandoned piece of infrastructure, which, I'll probably have given away in the title, is the Mintlaw Trestle. Wow, there are some amazing pieces of property along this stretch of the river. Incredible. Get a look behind us where we came from. Okay, so you probably can't really see it because we're kind of blocked by this little landmass here, but we are just upstream of the Mintlaw Trestle. I don't have the history in front of me, but I believe it was built between 1909 and 1911, started by the Alberta Central Railway, completed by the Canadian Pacific, was abandoned in 1980 after the last train went across. So we're going to see if we can get some good ground photos here, and if the planes cooperate, see if we can get some photos from the air. Well, so much for the best laid plans of mice and men. It's hard to read here in the bright sun, but we are in a no-fly zone. I was a little bit worried about that, and those worries came to fruition. So our failure to launch is seriously disappointing for a number of reasons. A, not only would it have made for a more interesting video and being able to see it from above, but B, the real reason we wanted to come out here and get these shots is our friends Chris and Connie of bigdoor.com are actually working. They have a book deal in progress, and we were hoping to contribute to it by getting some photos of the Mintlaw Trestle. And we can still get photos from down here at river level, but it's not going to be nearly as entertaining or as visually interesting as it would be to have photos from above. And I really don't know, without those photos from above, whether we're going to be able to capture anything that's going to be book worthy, as it were. So our chance to contribute to the book, deadlines are approaching, that window was rapidly closing. This was kind of our last chance, and it's not looking good. The good news is that regardless of whether or not we can get drone footage, it's not going to spoil our day. It is still an interesting piece of Alberta infrastructure, of railroad history. It's an amazingly large bridge. You can't really see the whole thing from the ground here, but it ranks up there in like top 6 or something, I believe, in Western Canada or Western North America. So it's still an impressive structure. So as I was saying back on the island off camera, this bridge was originally constructed with the primary purpose being to haul coal from the coal fields out west of Rocky Mountain House, the Nordegg area. It's so peaceful and quiet here on the river, especially with we're not paddling, we're just letting the current take us. The bridge is really hard to access. It is possible to hike in by land. It involves walking along a road allowance and navigating between 2 strips of privately owned property. You can't access either end of the bridge. The ends are both on private property, so really the canoe is the most interesting way to make the approach. I mean, that really is an impressive piece of engineering. It would have been amazing to be here in the late 70s up to 1980 when they were still running trains over it, to see a train go across it. Incredible. And the thing you can't see from the river is just how far this trestle stretches over to the east here. It's really, I'm just kind of speechless sometimes at how huge this thing is. I'll try and put some statistics in the subtitles or something so you can appreciate it too. Although numbers don't do it justice compared to what it's like to see it here in person. It was around 1983 when the tracks were removed, and at that same time both ends of the bridge were also removed to discourage trespassers from venturing onto the trestle. And I have to admit, I have a grudging respect for anybody who was brave enough to get up there and put that graffiti on the bridge. You have to, right there, I was like, the sunlight's kind of keeping me from seeing it. I mean, that takes guts. I don't agree with graffiti and I don't agree with trespassing, but I'm like, I'm impressed somebody was able to get up there and do that. Looks like we're going to successfully navigate underneath without hitting any pilings, which is always an admirable goal. Wow. Oh, to have seen trains go over this would have been incredible. Really unfortunate we weren't able to show it to you from above, but rules are rules, and I don't break rules, especially when I'm planning on posting them on YouTube. And there we go. Whoops. If I hold it that way, you might be able to see. Disappearing now into the distance behind us. The Mintlaw Trestle. What an amazing piece of engineering. Phenomenal to see it. I was last here. I hiked in about 6 years ago. So getting to see it again and seeing it from a little different perspective this time from the water, amazing. Floating away down the stream. Farewell, Mintlaw Trestle. Well, there's really not much left to do now except float down the river to the landing. So, mission accomplished. Found 2 geocaches. Got to see the abandoned Mintlaw Trestle in all of its glory. And I hope you enjoyed this episode. And I don't know where our next adventure is going to take place, but you can be sure we will bring you along with us. So, thank you for watching.